Yeah, both teams came into this in such good form. What does it say, though, about your team that you can go behind in games and right at the depth go and get an equaliser and take a point back to Manchester?
Because we are a great team together, we are working together no matter what is happening. If we are behind, if we are in front, we're always fighting. As I said again, today was important to get this draw because it was a difficult game for us. They were dangerous on the counter-attacks when they took a ball. But we managed to finish it with 1-1.
Spoke to your manager before. He said that he wanted this group to feel like a team. How is the spirit at the minute? Because you're on such a good run, another draw today, another point. How does the collective group feel at the minute?
No, we feel amazing. We are breathing for each other, doing everything together. When difficult moments comes, we are stepping together, which is really important and can lead to the results like they are right now.
I know you said you wish you wanted to win today, of course, but from a personal note, goals makes players way more confident. What can you take from today to hopefully bring you and your team over and towards the end of the season and get yourself more goals?
I think we just have to keep on going like we were doing the last games. We have to keep in mind that we have to breathe for each other, and we have to take care in every single situations, every second of the game, to be focused, to be on point, and obviously when the chances are coming, to finish them.
Well done, Seth. Thank you. Cheers.
The spirit of this team under Michael Carrick now, they're unbeaten in 5.
Yeah, it just shows that they're never going to give up and they're going to keep going. They stick together. He just said the same on the interview there. They kept the belief that they can get something out of the game, and I think that's important because you do go through bad games when you're not going to play great. And I think all the best teams find a way to get a point or a win. And today a point's a very, very good point for me because I thought West Ham was on top in the game. The master plan that they did was block the midfield up so that we couldn't get through them. They did that very well, and I think they should have scored 1 or 2 more. If I'm honest with Callum Wilson, should have scored one going through on it, 1-on-1 in the end. But a great point for Man United in the end, and like I said before, it's a great finish from the boy.
Yeah, that game plan West Ham was working really well. But before the game, Karen, you spoke about how vulnerable they are from crosses, and that's the 11th goal they've conceded from across this season.
Yeah, the most from open play in the Premier League. So I was a little bit surprised at why Manchester United weren't trying to work it out to these wide areas. And Burma goes onto the right-hand side for the first time. And obviously, then you can get the left-footed cross in. And I mentioned about getting the centre forward on. It doesn't have to do a lot to get into the position, but what he does is great finish, and it's just the contact and the pace from the cross helps him as well. But it's a brilliant little touch.
Mikhail, talk to me about that finish. Would you have been proud of that one?
I would have been I would have been so proud. When you look at it, the more you look at it, the better it comes. It's out of position. It's not like he tried to hit. It's just a nice little cushion, and it's just gone up and straight into the top corner. The more I look at it, the better it is for me.
What do you think of the way Sesko's growing as a player at Manchester United? Because there's been a lot of attention on him, but he's made some real impact from the bench recently.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for him. He's a young player coming into the team, and he's carrying the centre-forward reign, if you like, start of the season was anyway, on his own shoulders. I think Mbeumo and Cunha took a little bit of that pressure off him over the last few months, but he's coming on and scoring goals, and I think for me, that's a very, very, very clever finish. Because if he swings his foot at that to try and get any power on it, the defender time to get his foot across and block it. He's just touched it with a deft touch, and it's a phenomenal finish. It really is.
Really is. Absolutely gutted that the fans in here. But before the game, Karen, they probably would have taken that point. It's the same result as there was in the reverse fixture, but beforehand they would have been happy with it, I think.
Yeah, look, a point when you're trying to climb out of the position that they're in the relegation zone. You're right, but I think it's just the manner. You mentioned the last few chances that they had at the end of the game, and you were so close and stop the crosses, that desire to get out to Mbeumo and make sure the ball doesn't come in there, keep switching on, that concentration. It's difficult in those moments, but where you are in the league, you have to find them, and you can't help, you see them deflated going off, and you saw the manager Nuno's reaction at the end. He was like that. It's a massive opportunity missed, and they played really, really well.
And let's talk about the West Ham goal from Souček's point of view. A really good goal from a West Ham point of view, not so much from a Manchester United point of view, with a few of their players not covering themselves in glory here.
Yeah, definitely. It's one thing I always said, that Thomas will always pop up in goals. He's always in the right areas but with this goal here, I feel like either Shaw or Martinez needs to come out and needs to not let it bounce. From child days, you'd always say, do not let it bounce. And that's what they did. And gave Jared the opportunity to knock it back to Thomas. Thomas is giving the ball back out to Jared. But what's quite good about it and quite smart is, like you can see there, look, let it bounce. Jared's managed to go over to the back of him, knock it back to Thomas. He's had to go press him. He's managed to dink it over Shaw again. Jared's taking his time, pick it up. Look, Thomas has stopped, then he's broken through the gap. Lovely little touch through the keeper's legs. Like, that finish is a lot more harder than you actually think, because there wasn't much area for him to get it. So to get it between his legs and get into the far corner was a great finish.
Very sloppy though from a Man United point of view, Nicky.
Yeah, the disappointing thing there is when you play at this elite level like they are doing, I think everyone makes mistakes. I think they compounded it by making 2 mistakes. So they should have got there first before the ball bounced, in my opinion. And then the second mistake was he rushed out to try and make amends for the first mistake. If it had stayed with the man and made the midfield run back and protect him, I think they might have got away with that. But that happens in these little fine. Like, you make one mistake, don't go make a second mistake straight away, because then one thing's going to happen, you're going to score a goal.
Thomas Souček, another player that you spoke about before the game, Karen, in his recent impact especially, being key to West Ham's improved form, his overall game tonight. What did you think of it?
Yeah, I think this is his 6th start with Fernandes next to him and coming back into the team, as you mentioned, and I don't think it's coincidental that West Ham and their form and their results have, been positive since he's come back in. He does all the kind of dirty work that you have to dig deep in. He has a presence in both boxes, and obviously tonight we saw that he played a little bit higher up because they put Potts in as that extra midfielder, and he gets himself with a goal. But I think he's instrumental, and when you're in this position you need leaders and experienced players, and he has all of that.
The bad thing for West Ham, though, 20 points now dropped from winning positions, Mikel. It's a continued problem for them.
Yeah, it is. It's difficult to say, because obviously the performances that they've been putting out have been quality. Obviously, losing against Chelsea 2-0 up, you can't really afford to do it, especially in the position that you are. Then again, 1-0 up again, losing, conceding the goal in 96th minute, just needed to hold out for that extra minute. But it's the pressures that you're under. And one thing is, when you're in the relegation zones, some things kind of pile up upon you. But they've done so well, and they've grown as a team, grown in their performances. So as much as the negatives happen today, that they're still conceding goals, they're losing points from winning positions, they still need to believe in themselves and believe that they were 7 points adrift a few weeks ago. Now they're just 2. Yeah. Just keeping the belief and keep going, keep pushing themselves.
Have you got the belief there now?
Anything could happen.
Have you got the belief there now?
Oh, 7 points, I thought they were gone. I'm not going to be honest, I thought they were done for, but 2 points is always a possibility, and there's always a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. They thought they'd held on today for all 3 points. Where do you rate their top 4 chances now? It's a good point tonight, keeps them in the top 4, but, they've only got that to focus on as well, Mikhail.
No, I still think they've got a great opportunity to do it. I feel right now they're still the most informed team right now, as unbeaten in 5, beat Arsenal, beat Man City. Today, obviously, they would have wanted to win, especially for that guy who, I don't remember his name, but he wants to get a haircut. You ain't killing it now. But yeah, I feel like they're probably the most informed team right now. Coming here is a difficult game, especially the way that West Ham has played, sat back in, struggled to break them down, had to get a striker on to get some more crosses into the box. Only reason why they managed to get the point. So they've done everything well. So I couldn't see why they don't finish in the top 4.
What are you expecting, Nicky, for the Everton game? Because it's the 23rd of February, that game. So he's got 11 days now to work with them on the training ground.
Yeah, I mean, Michael will just put that to bed now. That's done. They got a point. He'd probably be sat in there thinking that feels more like a win, if I'm honest with you, because he keeps the run going. He's undefeated in 5. Everton's a total different game in, like you say, is it 11 days, 12 days? So he'll work towards that. He'll get his team going again. He'll get the confidence back up, and literally, look, we said before the game, this is going to happen sooner or later. Today nearly happened. I think it's a good point that to go back up the road with the point, and Everton, I think they can go on and win that. And I agree with Mikel. It's like, I think they'll finish 4th or 3rd in the league, and that'll be a really good end to the season for Michael and Man United.
Because you spoke so much before the game about that feel-good factor, didn't you? About keeping those good feelings going, and because of the manner of the equaliser, it's like Nikki said, it's going to feel more like a win.
Yeah, and look, going back, showing that goal, it was because I think they've done so well with the simple things, but you can't ignore that. And it is, he made the right substitutions in the end, and he got an outcome when perhaps they weren't playing well, and that's a great thing to do when you can get on the bus and think, we took something from this and we might not have deserved it. But I do think as well, you said about the preparation for the next game, this is the shortest preparation that he's had as United manager. He's only had 3 days, and that rest and maybe that has been an impact.
Because it was the same team, same starting lineup.
So maybe these are factors. So the rest and the recovery might actually do them good to go again.
I think 6 weeks ago, Man United lose that game 2-0 or 3-0. They would have done. But this now is a different mindset. They're a different group of players and a different management team, and that's why they get a result. But 6 weeks ago, guaranteed they'd have lost that.
Does that still feel like progress to you
absolutely,
tonight?
Yeah, they would have. I'm convinced they would have lost that game 2-0 or 3-0. Their heads would have gone down. They'd have maybe give up a little bit. But now they're a different mindset in that team.
Well, let's see what Nuno Espirito Santo took from that draw tonight against Manchester United. He's with Liam.
You know, we saw how deflated you were and your group at the end there. What did you make of your team this evening?
We competed really well. We played a good game against a good team. First half was both teams having possession, not creating too many chances. I think we started really well the second half, the way we went for the game. We scored. We defend properly until the last moment. A tough team to stop, but I think the boys did really well.
Every point at the minute is so important. Once you're over the disappointment of conceding late, do you think you'll be able to take a lot from this evening, the fact that you've gone against a team near the top of the table at home and you've taken home a hard-earned point which you need at the minute?
Yeah, it's disappointed because the need that we have, but today we showed that we are here to fight and believe and keep working hard. The commitment of the boys, you cannot say nothing. The support of the fan was amazing, and it's a tough moment to take it in the end. But let's keep it going, because we showed today that this is the way we should compete every match.
We've seen from your teams in the past so defensively strong. We saw that for 96 minutes today. Is that an area you've been really working on, to be hard-working off the ball and to be compact and to make it difficult for opposition to come to West Ham or play West Ham and score goals?
Definitely. That's what we've been trying and fix our problems. We can see some improvement. Our ambition to keep a clean sheet, the desire of the boys to stop the ball going inside is what we're going to need for our future.
Certainly lots of positives tonight, but that's now 20 points dropped from winning positions. Is there any more you can do, your players to do, to help you get over the line in games?
Of course, we can do more. We should have killed the game before. We had a couple of counterattacks that could put the game to bed. But it was not to be. We have to keep on going.
Cheers. Thank you.